Be here, be now, be grateful, enjoy your life from this perspective, and every decade of your life, every passage will have something unique and rich to offer, and that is the beauty of aging.
You never give up, but you always give in.
For me, kind of going inside, anchoring myself in, remembering who I am in the deepest sense, that is what helps me to stay sane in this crazy world that we live in. You won't really know who you are if you don't go into quietness. You have to find time for stillness, silence, solitude. The traditional model becomes from the ugly duckling to the swan. People don't believe that. It sounds so trivial, but the truth is, I really was very plain. When I was 16, my mom entered me in this local contest called Miss Fuji Film. And I won that contest. I won Miss Teen England, and I went to Japan to represent England in Miss Teen International. So really all about how you feel. Perception is key. Every thought that you think creates your reality. So if you think you're old, that's what your reality will be. I love working with women, and one of the things I bring to my practice is my experience as a mother and also as a wife for 31 years, but also being a woman who very much believes in having a strong identity as a woman in my own right. There's that whole saying, well, why do models and musicians end up? And there's actually a really good reason for that, because we've all lived very sort of nomadic lives.
Our Fox 5 royal wedding analyst, Miss Angela Paul, is back with a recap of the big event.
Definitely a beginning of a new time for the British monarchy, a new modern sense of optimism. People come to marriage with high expectations and low preparation. We need to reverse that. Personally, I think that we have this celebrity culture in America, especially in Los Angeles, where everybody looks like clones of each other. It's very, very dangerous because you get hooked into this Michael Jackson, Joan Rivers school of cosmetic surgery, where you become almost like a scalpel junkie. So you keep doing more to feel better about yourself, and you're missing the whole point. And if you're doing that thinking that you're going to get some great guy, well, that's going to be a letdown as well, because the first thing you need to do is to change your thinking, learn to love yourself from the inside out.
Women do themselves a disservice by comparing themselves to the starlet or the celebrity of the moment, because all of it is fake.
Every magazine cover that you see, every beauty ad that you see has been so retouched that the celebrities and models themselves don't look like that.
And so you really need to be smart and not let yourself be manipulated by this message out there that says this is how beauty is supposed to look.
You can find one thing you love. Maybe it's beautiful hair like you, or lovely legs, a smile, pretty eyes, whatever it is, find one thing every day to admire about yourself. You know, you'll feel foolish at first, but believe me, you'll start to get used to it and you'll feel good. It was like this magical time again, and especially important for the royal family to get in the public eye in a new way, because after Diane and Charles, all that scandal that went down, I think they really needed this new energy. It was an absolutely lovely day, and it gave people, you know, hope and lifted their spirits, and I think that's what it was all about at the end of the day. Women over 45 are a new statistic that shows that they're becoming one of the largest groups now who are having eating disorders, because you find that 45-year-old women, newly divorced many times, looking at the media out there and all these sort of surgically enhanced celebrities, and they're thinking, I can never match up to that, so they're trying to starve themselves. So it's a really, really negative culture.
As much as possible, try and be honest about your age. Look, I'm 57 and I couldn't be happier now than I was in my 40s. It gets better with each decade.
High expectations again of this hallmark, syrupy sweet sort of marriage that only belongs in Hollywood really doesn't work. A healthy marriage is where two people become the very best that they can be together and individually.
Just because you get older does not mean that sex has to go by the wayside. In fact, it's even more important. Look, the bottom line that sex is a great health benefit. It's good for your heart, it's good for your skin, I mean, it gives you a great glow, you don't need blusher. It's a great cardiovascular workout. I mean, the connection you get with your partner, all of these are great benefits.
The Queen has got longevity. The Queen Mother watch went over to 100, so the Queen could go for another 10 years. That said, I think that Charles will definitely be the next king, and I would be very happy about that.
As you get older, your lips are going to get thinner. Sorry ladies, but it's just the way it goes. Best thing to do is to have a nice nude lip pencil where you just sort of like, you fill in slightly over the lip line and then have a little bit of lip gloss in the middle, which will add fullness to the lips. If you see somebody with very large inflated lips, they've probably been overdoing it with the filler.
I don't understand how people think they can get away with like 4 or 5 hours sleep. I mean, bottom line, you know, dark circles under the eyes only work well if you're in a vampire movie.
Yeah.
You know? Otherwise, you know.
If you're not in Twilight,
If you're not in Twilight, forget about it. But if you want to look good in your 40s, you've got to start sleeping good. Don't skimp. It is a #1 priority for women, and it has been proven also that lack of sleep also creates weight gain, especially in the middle area.
You have to be awake now and understand that one day you will not be in this body anymore. So celebrate life and its preciousness every single day, every single minute that you have, because that, my friends, is key to living a joyful, happy life.
You never give up, but you always give in. When